Bears head coach Mike Brown at Phillips Arena, brought to us by Nuremberg Paris.
It was a good win by our guys. In this building is tough to play in. I thought, with Atlanta's length and their athleticism and their versatility, they give us plenty of problems on the defense end of the floor, and then they have a lot of guys that can score for them. Flip came off the bench and gave us problems. Zaja came off the bench and gave us problems, and then their size was something for us to deal with, but our guys just hung in there. I thought in the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds, our guys really dug in deep. I think the only basket they hit was Marvin Williams hitting the corner three off of a loose ball when we reacted the correct way on a drive. Other than that, we had different guys step up at different times. I thought Z hit a big jumper late for us, right off of the left elbow. I thought Andy was huge for us, coming up with some great possessions, whether it's taking a charge or sacrificing his body somehow, some way down the stretch. Delonte hit a big two after missing a couple of threes. Mo's three was huge for us in that left corner after LeBron came up with the loose ball. And then I thought LeBron was terrific on that last play by attacking the rim, putting pressure on that defense and making the referee make that call.
A little snafu you had with the fouls, to get it straightened out?
No, the thing I was upset about is, this is our livelihood, and they got a whole bunch of people at that scorer's table, and they told us, our trainer went to the table to check to see how many fouls Delonte had. Delonte runs the whole first and the whole third period. We have a rotation that we like to try to stay with, try to stay in rhythm, so on and so forth. Well, when Max went to the table to make sure, hey, we had that's his third, they told him, no, it was Delonte's fourth. I got to take Delonte out of the game now because I think there was over 3 minutes to go in that period. And now I'm going with a different team than what I usually close the quarter with at that point. And, I was upset because it was a mistake that they made. And really, the only thing they can come back and say is sorry. But, hey, that can affect the course of the game. If you're messing with your rotation like that. And so I think I had a right to be upset. Just like if I do something, hey, somebody has a right to be upset with me. And so I did not, appreciate the fact that they said Delonte had four, especially being on the road and knowing that that's the Hawks crew. And when he only had three.
He was guarding Joe Johnson, too.
He was guarding Joe Johnson, but we could have easily, if he picked up three, we could have easily put Braun on Joe Johnson like we did at the end of the game. We could have made a change just so he could have finished out the third quarter, and then I could have moved him to the bench at the right time at the beginning of the fourth. But because they said it was four, I took him out the game just because the scorer's table told our trainer, no, he doesn't have three, he has four. So they forced me to make a decision that I did not want to make at that time.
Is that something you would consider protesting?
Yeah. We would have to file a formal complaint about it, but again, at the end of the day, most likely they're going to say sorry, like they did out on the floor. But something like that can have a huge impact on the outcome of the game, and that's what that's what I was concerned about more than anything else, because we had a nice flow going there, and now I take them out, and now we're searching and scrambling a little bit based on a mistake that the scores table had made at that time.
Mike, were you aware you had a problem with that?
They had a problem with that before?
Shaquille O'Neal found out.
They had to replay a game last year.
Oh, yeah. No, I heard about that. I was not aware at the time. As you can tell, that's kind of shocking, because I think this might have been the first time that this has ever happened to me as a coach. And I'm sure it probably has happened to me before, but I can't even remember back when I was an assistant coach and something like this happened. So, it is what it is. We'll do what we have to do in order to, file a formal complaint because again, this is my livelihood. This is the players' livelihood. We take this serious, and for somebody to be able to dictate what you're doing rotation-wise or player-wise like that because of what they said is tough. It's tough to swallow.
Were you in that situation? You wanted to stop the game and really take a look at it, or what was it?
I don't know what I really wanted, and that's why I told Tony. Tony did a nice job. He talked to me. I was obviously upset, but he talked to me, and he's human. I knew it wasn't his fault. We brought Mike Woodson over, and just so Woody can hear what I had to say. I was like, okay, all I'm doing is saying this, and there's really nothing Woody can. Woody was looking at me like, what you telling me this for? So, which is what I would have done too. So, I mean, it is what it is. Yes, I was upset. Yes, I'm going to talk to Danny to see what we can do to hopefully not have that happen again, because we could be down here, in the playoffs for a game. And something like that, it just can't happen. You got too many guys over there, it just can't happen.
I think we gave you more joy down